afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for 3 p.m. Eastern, January 29, 2019. In today's meditation, as we watch, as the transition accelerates and feel it, we are moving more and more harmony, that even though, here's the twist, we have eyes, and then we have ears, and so we hear and we see more of the desperation of this matrix to keep us pinned in. At the risk of its total exposure with its falsified confidence of believing that it is still in control. Now, all of you know that you feel from your heart minds in varying ways that this is no longer the case. This doesn't come from ego, it just comes from the change that is inevitable. Because what we're witnessing always seems, if you understand it, always, that the dark always seems to be in the forefront. And people say, why is that? Why isn't the good light outshining this despicability? It's because that the good starts from within, and it grows from there and expands. It doesn't start from the outside. You know, demonic possessed beings and controlled ones, it's always on the outside. You know, it's the chaos and that you see, and the deceit and the manipulation and the anger and the hate, and all of these things are being projected. And those of us who know the God, the prime source creator God, the God of love and not the God of destruction, I want to emphasize that we are transmuting this violent energy, and it's being sent back to the great central sun. If you could picture a siphoning device literally extracting this uncontrollable energy and neutralizing it at the same time. So you bring in the purple transmuting flame and the violet ray, and then for protection, the white fire, and it literally is, that's what's going on. It's being eliminated. And as you eliminate it, you find a higher frequency. The higher frequencies rush in of joy, happiness, peace, prosperity. And it flourishes because it's such a feeling compared to hate and anger that there's no comparison. So we become so immersed in it that that's where we stay. That's our home. As I've said before, the anger, the aggression, the disruption, the fear, the stress, the anxiety, the hurriedness, the forlorning, the loneliness, that's all energies that don't serve us. They just don't. And we are moving in a much more confident, loving, and soft upward elevation. We're elevating. Our frequencies, our harmonics. And that's where we move in love. We move into love. And that's our goal, is to stay in love. Stay in love. And that's for everyone. Now, some, obviously, have chosen a different path. And their spirits are separated from the one, from the whole. They will just keep the cycle going for eternity. one form, out form, in a form, out of a form, in a form, out of a form, in a form, in a form. Some of the dark agenda, the dark ones they will just, they leave the body, and some of them can come back in an hour later. Okay? They can be born an hour later and in a baby body if they choose. Some of us can take up to, a couple hundred years before we return. If then. So this is all of the stuff that we witness. We must be very careful to not blend with it, to not interact with it. It's something that does not deserve our attention. And if you understand, throughout the histories, the short histories that we've been allowed to view, any conflicts end up in the long run collapsing on themselves, and the infestation is grown again, and it surfaces again, and it takes control again. It is a redundant process that really accomplishes nothing but the elimination of human vessels, elimination of human beings. So from the aspect of the brighter the light of the love, the greater the advancement of ascension. The greater the light of the love, the greater the advancement and ascension. As each and every one of us pursue together in harmony to accelerate this process so that we're done with this realm of deceit, destruction, manipulation, and fear and anxiety. And we go into a dimension, and I'm going to tell you something, just so you all understand this. Nobody knows what that is because they don't have the memory of it. It's been removed. So they don't know what it is. No matter what they say, no matter how they try, bless their hearts, they do not know. It's like, have you done that? Have you been there? And they say, well, no. They say, well, then, okay, that's your opinion. That's fine. So, in today's meditation, we are concentrating, and this is so important. Stay. When you go and you go into the love, stay in the love. And that means you cannot get upset. You cannot get frustrated. You cannot get hurried. You cannot get angry. You cannot be pessimistic. You cannot be irrational. You cannot be hateful. You cannot be cynical. This is pure love. Stay in the love. This is our progression and ascension. The higher we go, the more in love we maintain. I have not met anybody that can stay in love for more than a few hours. That's it. Before a thought comes in, or before the ego takes over, or something intervenes. And as soon as you vibrate in a negative context, and anger, a frustration, a stress, a worry, anxiety, a fear, you are out of love. Okay? You're out of it. So it isn't as simple as may at times be portrayed. It is a concentration. This is why we've been doing these meditations, to elevate everybody's energies to the point of understanding that their frequencies, that this is the goal. This is the main directive, is to be in love, to stay in love, to stay in it. You can be in love, but it's brief. The next step is to stay in love. For all of us, everywhere. So if you will, go to the meditation place where you are not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure most as I talk, relax. Relax the body. Drop the shoulders. Alleviate the tension. Let it all flood off of you. You know, it serves you no purpose. You know, let the pain roll off. Let the discomfort roll off. You know, talk to your body. Give it love and understanding. Send it beams of love, beams of peace, beams of joy. Embrace it. Relax it. Anything that you're having difficulty of releasing, call in your allies. Call in the purple transmuting flame. Call it in. Call in the violet ray. Call it in. To assist you in eliminating all of this goop. Now as you're relaxing, you're going to want to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you breathe in through the nose, and I'm talking, you want to hold it 1001, 1002, 1003, and then you want to exhale it. And you want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. As you breathe in, you're breathing in divine positive energy. And this day, you're breathing in a purified, intense, deep, eternal love directly from your Creator, Prime Source, Creator God. It's flow. As you breathe in, it literally lights you up even more than you are. You know, it's like taking a bulb and going from 100 watts to 250 watts. As you breathe it in, saturating your entire existence, harmonizing your perspective and understanding of staying in love. As you exhale, you're exhaling all of the thoughts, all of the communication from the mind and the ego that constantly contradicts staying in love, that constantly keeps you fractured and frayed, that keeps you in disarray, that keeps you miscombobulated, confused, worried, stressed, fearful. It keeps you out of sync with your path, with your journey, with your upward movement, with your frequency of elevating. This is what happens. That's what you're expelling. You're literally exhausting it out. It is being immediately captured by the purple transmuting flame. It is being cleansed by the violet ray. It is being encapsulated by the white fire. And it is being sent back to the great central sun to not return. And you send love to it as you wave it off for good. You turn and you fold into yourself. You leave the mind, you leave the ego, and you are just love that folds into your heart mind. As you're doing this, you fold in. Remember, you're moving always, constantly vibrating. And you become more and more mastering of understanding that your frequency, you know how to increase your frequency. All of you do. Not just temporarily, not just once in a while, but a consistent pattern of uplifting and advance, higher and higher frequencies. That's what you're doing, we're all doing. You do this with the heart mind. And as you're moving up, you're elevating as you go into the heart mind, and you feel this up movement, this acceleration in frequency, in feeling, in experience. It continues to move deeply in and accelerates up. As it does this, you begin to feel and experience all of the different energies that you are, that the golden white pink light of deep eternal love, prime source creator God, the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, the purple transmuting flame, the violet ray, and the white fire. All of these are part of you, and you flow with them, and they're purified, and they enhance, and they accelerate your essence, your energy, your existence, and you flow, and you move effortlessly. No friction, no pressure, no resistance as you continually float up. You immediately merge with your higher self. You are in a higher plane of existence. Your energy is flowing upward, literally guiding you into staying in love. And as you do this, as you expand, you can feel the energy. You can feel the power of Prime Source Creator God's guidance. Arm in arm, hand in hand, and we form our circle of light. Effortlessly, we float up above the planet. As we do this, we call upon our allies who are part of us. We call upon all of the light energy beings who are in all dimensions, all universes, and all existences of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love to join us in this meditation. And we lovingly, graciously thank them. We call upon all of the archangels, all of the seraphim, cherubim, archetypes, all of the angels who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love to join us in this meditation, and we lovingly, graciously thank them. We call upon all of the inhabitants of hollow earth and inner earth, of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love, to join us in this meditation, and we lovingly, graciously thank them. We call upon all of the ascended masters of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love. El Morya, Kuan Yin, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Buddha, Maitreya, Sananda, Jesus, Saint Germain, Gaia, all of the ascended masters of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love join us in this meditation, and we lovingly, graciously thank them. We call upon all of our loved ones who have passed over in this life, in all lives that we have inhabited, who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love, to join us in this meditation, and we lovingly, graciously thank them. We call upon all of the light energy beings housed in the following forms. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the trees, the elements, earth, fire, water, air. All of the animals, all of the sea life, all of life. The mermaids, the dolphins, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love, to join us in this meditation, and we lovingly, graciously thank them. We call upon all the benevolent galactics who are assisting humanity, this civilization on this planet, in ascension and freedom from slavery, bondage, who are of deep eternal love and from deep eternal love to join us in this meditation, and we lovingly, graciously thank them. We look up and we see our meditative sphere, pulsating, vibrating, giving off a warm glow It stays in love. It is our guide. We see the lights. We are the lights. We are the emerald green healing flaming light. We are the white fire. We are the purple flame. We are the violet ray. We are the golden white pink light. We are this energy. We feel the rain come over our heads, saturate, and flood our etheric bodies and our physical bodies, fully embracing us, hugging us, loving us. We watch on the planet with all the civilization and all life, and we send out a wave of intense, deep, eternal love. It transmutes all negativity, all anger, all aggression, all pain, all sorrow, all cynicism, all selfishness, all greed, all hatred, all pessimism, all judgment, all criticism, all disrespect, all lack of honor, all lack of respect, neutralizing it upon contact. It saturates everything, everywhere. The very molecular structure of our atmosphere. The quantum realm. To the smallest of the smallest. Everywhere saturating and permeating. You can feel it as we do it. You are the masters. And this, from this day forward, has been engaged of assisting the civilization and life of this planet to stay in love. Not just to be in love, but to stay in love. Always. This is where we are going. This is where our brothers and sisters will eventually go. I join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. each step that we take gladly into love, into staying in love. It's one thing to be in love, and we know this from the physical love on this planet, that we can be in love and then out of love. The sustainability of love, and the love we're talking about is for everything. It's for good, bad, and indifferent. Okay? It's for all of it. It's the dark, the light, and the in-between. And it's to maintain it. Try it. Try it and see how long you're able to sustain it. Each time you try to stay in love, a little bit longer, but see, most people don't practice it enough. It's very intermittent and very sparse. So when you practice it consistently, you begin to train the very fiber of who and what you are to advance. You gravitate towards it. You're drawn towards it. You find yourself becoming more in it, more and more and more, as you acknowledge it and you practice it. You can do it in a very simple format. You start with yourself and you build around you. Everything that you see, everything that you come across, you look beyond the illusion and you see what is. And so, every single human or being has, and unless, we're talking about organic, that we have a soul, a spirit, a higher self. And that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're reviewing. That's what we're pursuing, period. That's what we're after. So, take that with you and what you've viewed this day and what you've experienced and immersed yourself in. It doesn't wear off, right? It just sinks in, and a lot of the times our ego and minds cause us to ignore it and not to experience it. So, and understand that we begin to comprehend our existence, and our existence is pure love. Out of these bodies and in these bodies, bringing heaven to earth is all part of it. So begin to practice, begin to know your very core, your very essence. Learn how to stay in love. This is part of our progression and ascension. Learning how to stay in love. We will be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, January 30th, 2019. We will have a TFCC call. Should just say TFCC, Time for Change call. Tomorrow, Wednesday, at 9 p.m. Eastern. And like always, we're going to cover a vast array of subjects that everybody is looking for answers